Hello everyone, welcome to Slow Flow Yoga. As you can see, I have some things out in front of me today. Since we might be doing these types of classes for, these virtual classes for a few weeks, I want you to start thinking about what you can incorporate into your practice from around your home so we can start adding some more comfort and support to some of your postures. Again, we always have these blocks. You can use a little stack of books. Blocks are pretty easy to obtain. They're probably not listed as essential on Amazon. However, pretty easy to get. I hope that you have one. Blankets, most people have some blankets around the house. Firm couch cushion would be in place of bolsters that we would use in class. Again, it has to be relatively firm, not too squishy, so it adds more support. If you don't happen to have, a firm couch cushion, kind of two firm, soft bed pillows can work as well. I have my lovely little stack right here. But start looking around your house and thinking about ways to get creative to support your practice. Okay, but again, if you don't want to use anything from around your house, it is your body, it's your practice. Guess what? No one is watching. So relax, have fun, enjoy some yoga. Everything is always optional. Take modifications, take variations, take breaks. Do what you need. It's your body, it's your practice. So I'm going to set some of these things to the side and then we'll get started. So we'll start by taking a nice comfortable reclined position. Maybe take that blanket and place it behind the head. Head all the way back. And we'll take the legs out and extend them out nice and big. Extend the arms out to the side, so kind of bringing your body into a nice big X shape. Coming into reclined star pose. Take a few nice deep breaths and just allow yourself to be here, body open wide. Finding the beat of your heart. Finding the rhythm of your breath. And just finding some stillness and some steadiness. Letting your body sink into the floor. Just let yourself be. If you'd like to set an intention or use a mantra or dedicate your practice, go ahead, bring in whatever inspires you to be here. Again, it doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be super hippy-dippy, just something that makes sense for you that helps you feel present. So again, we don't practice for the body that we had 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago or the one that we'll have 10 minutes from now, but it's really this body right here, right now. And we practice with the mind that we have right here, right now. The breath and the energy level that we have right here, right now. As long as you are being present with those elements of the self, that's what yoga is. When our practice is firmly rooted in reality, as things are, not as things as we wish they would be or are afraid that they are, but really just as they are. So whatever that is today, embrace it and bring it all into your practice. We'll take soles of the feet onto the floor. Hug your knees into your chest, rocking a little side to side. And give them a nice, good squeeze. We'll release the soles of the feet down to the floor. Interlace your fingers behind the right leg after extending it up, interlacing fingers behind the thigh or behind the calf. Taking a few nice deep breaths, which is a very gentle hamstring stretch. We're not pulling or straining, trying to get ourselves into the deepest stretch we possibly can. We're just letting the body be here. This is a gentle, gentle warm-up. And I think we might be a little quite gentler with our practice today. It's nice to have some variety if you're looking for a little bit more action. Maybe go back a few videos. Very nice. And we'll
We'll shift the hips over to the right, send that right leg over to the left, and again, this is a nice opportunity that if the leg doesn't want to go all the way down towards the floor, if bringing the leg all the way down to the floor feels like too much, put your block underneath the leg. If you don't have a block, take one of those lovely cushions. Place it underneath the leg. Any way that you can be more comfortable in your practice, that's what we want to do. Then one of the keys to yoga practice is making it so enjoyable that you want to practice it consistently, very consistently. That's when the practice becomes effective. Again, when it's not too much, not too little, just enough. And just keep coming back to that idea of balance. I teach it in every class. If it was good enough for the Yoga Sutra 3,000 years ago, it's good enough for me. And it's a pretty simple philosophy, but can be difficult to keep bringing that into the practice. So taking a few nice deep breaths. Again, just allow your body to relax as much as you can. And bring that right leg back in. Give it a nice squeeze. And exhale, release it back down towards the floor. Pull that left leg up, interlace fingers behind the calf or the thigh. I switched sides to demonstrate with the cushion. I'll move to the left. All right, so interlace fingers behind the thigh or behind the calf. Again, we're not pulling, we're not pushing, we're not straining the body. If it's not comfortable to kind of reach up, again, just reach whatever's available. Doesn't matter what it is. We're just pulling our body into or outside of its everyday postures. And we probably don't do a lot of hamstring stretching every single day. There's no reason why it should be easy. And we don't need the leg to get a certain amount of forwardness to it. We just want it to feel like it's stretching. Doesn't matter where it is. Very nice. We'll shift the hips over to the left and send that left leg over to the right. Again, maybe finding that cushion, maybe finding that block, maybe just finding the floor. Again, coming into a nice big reclined twist. We hang out in these postures for a minute or so to make sure that we're getting a nice deep stretch. Again, not too much, not too little. If at any time you wish to come out of a posture, again, please feel free. Your body will send you very strong signals when it wants to get out. And a lot of the time, you don't need to stay out of the posture. It's just a really good time to kind of re-examine how you're doing the posture. Add some gentleness to it. Maybe add a prop. But if we experience pain in our yoga practice, it doesn't necessarily mean that yoga is not for you or that posture is not for you. It just means that we have to re-examine our approach and see if we have to take a modification or a variation or use some support. And again, just nice deep breaths, relaxing. Inhale, pull that left leg back in, give it a good squeeze. And exhale, release the soles of the feet back down to the floor. On your next inhale, lift up the hips, really plant the feet, coming into a nice bridge. And then exhale, release back down. And if you want to remove that blanket out from underneath your head, that can be more comfortable for the neck. Inhale, lift. Back up into bridge, lifting the hips. Exhale, release back down, nice and slow. Really moving with the breath. Take your time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, back down. We're going to add the arms. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the arms up overhead, bringing them to the wall behind you. Exhale, release the hips and arms at the same time, moving nice and slowly again, just with the breath. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, release down, almost all the way. Inhale, lift and reach. And exhale, back down. Last one. Inhale, lift and reach. And exhale, back down. Inhale, take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little rock. And we'll roll up and down on the spine, or you can just rock yourself over to the side. If you want to take a couple rock and rolls, go right ahead. Again, moving nice and slow, maybe finding a little bit of a balance up on that tailbone. Whee! And then we'll come up to seated. All right. So we'll find a nice, comfortable seated position. Let's take the hands together at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up out to the side. And exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, lift, reach tall. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift and reach tall. And exhale, release. We'll take the hands to the knees. Take the soles of the feet out to the floor, out in front of you, and the knees as close together as you can get them. Again, it doesn't need to happen. You can have the feet frontal hip bone distance apart as well. We're just going to do a little bit of a twist. So actually, let's go ahead and take that right arm around the left knees. Take the left hand behind you. Inhale, sit nice and tall. And exhale, look over that left shoulder. So coming into a nice seated twist, pushing the left hip forward. Again, not too much, not too little. Let the main part of the rotation be in the spine, and then just that little bit of that turn in the chin to twist the cervical spine. Wonderful. On the next inhale, let's come back to center. Exhale, wrap the left arm around the knees. Take the right hand behind you. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Push through the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, take your gaze over that right shoulder. This time, send that right hip forward. Again, the main part of the rotation's in the upper part of the spine. And then we open up through the shoulder, and then just take that chin. Let it follow over the shoulder. Not too much, not too little. Just enough. Inhale, come on back to center. And exhale, let's come to hands and knees. Wrists under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll kind of get moving and grooving a little bit. Let's do a couple cat-cows. Wrists under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. I know I already said that, but anyway. Spread your fingers out really nice and wide so you have a nice firm base. Knees are frontal hip bone distance apart. On your next inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail to cow. Exhale, lift your belly, drop your head, tuck your tailbone, arching your back to cat. Nice and slow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail, cow. And exhale, lift your belly, drop your head, tuck your tailbone to cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, lift the tail, cow. And exhale, lift your belly, drop your head, tuck your tailbone to cat. Inhale, come to a neutral spine, flat back. Exhale, tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal the feet out, stretching out your hamstrings and calves. Again, tailbone nice and high, really actively pushing yourself up and away from the floor. We got that nice big spread to the fingers, pushing through the entirety of the hand. Soft bend to the knees, legs do not need to be straight. Heels do not need to make it to the floor. It's about that spine, it's about the arms, and it's about that energetic direction of up, 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 and away. Very nice. On your next inhale, let's move forward to plank, drawing shoulders over wrists, keeping the navel up and in. Then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank, shoulders over wrists, navel up and in. And exhale, press back. Inhale forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, drop the knees, slowly lower down onto the belly, elbows in tight to the body. Inhale, lift the chest, Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, press through your hands, take the seat to the heels, Balasana, child's pose. Forehead comes down to the floor, or you can grab your block or blanket to place it underneath the forehead. This is a nice resting posture. Again, you can come here anytime you want. You can rest, you can hide, you can hang out. There we go. All right, on your next inhale, come on up to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk your feet to right behind your hands, standing forward fold. Crown of the head hangs down, soft bend to the knees. Abdomen just kind of rests down towards the legs. Again, doesn't have to get there. Fingertips can be at the floor. Maybe you bind the elbows, find what feels best for you. Upper body nice and relaxed. Again, I kind of like to shake the head a little bit, no. And then maybe nod a little bit, yes. And again, most days one feels better than another. What kind of day is it for you today? Feels like a no day for me. Maybe not. On your next inhale, slowly begin to roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders back. And give yourself a nice little shimmy shake. All right. So now that we're up at the top of the mat, we're going to keep moving with the breath, just nice and steady and slow. Find a nice strong Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, feet are either frontal hip bone distance apart, or you can take them together, whichever feels best for you. One is not better than another. Just check in with the feet. Make sure those toes are nice and relaxed, that you're grounded and rooted through the ball mounts of the feet. Having that little tiny lift in the toes can help strengthen the soles of the feet. So it's kind of nice, especially if you have some foot pain. Maybe think about lifting those toes up just a little bit, giving yourself a little bit of arch support. Fingertips reach down towards the floor. Crown of the head goes up. Chest is out. Core is nice and firm. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, nice big forward fold. Again, nice and slow, soft bend to the knees as you come down. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Really nice as you push through the feet to come up. Exhale, hands down through the heart, release to mountain pose. This is all about taking your time. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, forward fold, moving the entire duration of the breath. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Really push through the soles of the feet to come up. Exhale, hands down through the heart, release to mountain pose. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Soft bend to the knees as you come down. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Flatten out the back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, interlace fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Let's just hold here. Good, exhale, one. So we have a nice big heart and chest opener. Inhale. Exhale, two. A little softness in the knees is nice. Again, lifting those toes. Inhale. Exhale, three. Inhale. Exhale, four. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold with the fingers still interlaced behind you. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down to the floor. Inhale, roll it on up. And exhale, roll the shoulders back. Good, inhale, let's take arms up. Exhale, let's open up to cactus arms. So we pull down at the elbows. And inhale, lift back up. Exhale, pull down at the elbows. We still have those nice little cactus arms. So we lift the chest as we draw the elbows down. Inhale, press up. Last time, exhale, pull the elbows down, those nice cactus arms.
And inhale, back up. Exhale, nice big forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back into lunge. Inhale, arms up overhead, crescent pose. Exhale, take the left hand down to the floor. Right arm stays up, nice big twist. 5 deep breaths, inhale. Exhale, 1. If you want to pull a block in underneath the hand, if the floor's a little far away, go right ahead. Inhale. Exhale, 3. I know I skipped 2. Inhale. Exhale, 4. I was talking about the block. If you want to drop the knee, you can do that too. We have options. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, right hand down to the mat. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk the feet to right behind the hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, pull the cactus arms down. Again, elbows come down, chest moves up. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, pull the cactus arms down, elbows. Here we go, chest up. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, pull the cactus arms down. And then inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step that right foot back. Inhale, arms up overhead, crescent pose. Exhale, right hand comes down to the floor. Coming into a nice big twist. Again, we can pull in that block, we can drop the knee, find the posture that feels best for you. Inhale. Exhale will be fair and call 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, hands down to the mat. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk the feet to right behind your hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up, out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, we'll go right back down into our forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Lower down, knees, chest and chin towards the floor. Elbows in tight, tight, tight. Inhale, lift the chest to Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press through the hands, take the seat to the heels, Balasana, child's pose. Let's walk the hands over to the right. Maybe take that left hand on top of the right hand, sending the left hip back in space. Getting a nice little stretch through that left side of the body. And now pushing through that left pinky finger. Inhale, come on back to center. And exhale over to the left, maybe taking that right hand on top of that left hand, sending the right hip back in space. Again, kind of sending that right pinky finger over to the left side of the room. On your next inhale, let's come on back to center. Exhale fully. Inhale, come on up, hands and knees, fingers spread out nice and wide. Exhale, tuck your toes under, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward to lunge. Exhale, drop that left knee down. And inhale, reach the arms up overhead, nice low crescent pose. And exhale, hands to the mat, shift it back, runner's stretch. We're going to do this a couple times. Good. Inhale, forward to lunge. Reach the arms up overhead. We're down on that knee. Nice big crescent pose. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Shift it back, runner's stretch. If the floor's a little far away and you need to pull blocks underneath you, you can do that too. Inhale, forward to lunge. Reach the arms up overhead. Nice big crescent. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Take it back, runner's lunge. Or runner's stretch, sorry. Good. Inhale, forward to lunge. Tuck the back toe under, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog, big stretch. Exhale, left foot up between the hands. Drop that right knee down. Inhale, arms up overhead, crescent. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Shift it back, runner's stretch. Nice little hamstring stretch on that left side, making it move. Inhale, forward to our low lunge, arms up overhead, crescent. And exhale, hands back down. Again, shift it back, runner's stretch. If you prefer to just hold postures and you don't want to flow them, go right ahead. Just hang out maybe in this posture for a few breaths. Hang out in your low crescent lunge for a few breaths. Again, do what you want. Good. Inhale, forward. Let's take it up one more time. And then exhale, shift it back, runner stretch. Good. Inhale, forward to low lunge. Plant the hands. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, drop the knees, slowly lower down onto the belly. Arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Lift the legs, lift the arms, lift the head and chest up into Shalabhasana, locust pose. Good, let's hold it here for a few nice deep breaths. If you want to move the arms while we're doing it, you absolutely can. This is what that looks like. Inhale, bringing arms forward. Then exhale, draw it back. Inhale, reaching arms forward. Exhale, draw it back. And if you're thinking to yourself, I don't want to do this, don't do it. Inhale, arms forward. And exhale, take it back. Inhale, arms forward. And exhale, take it back. Very nice. Release all the way down. Sway the hips a little side to side. And not terribly dignified, but it feels pretty good after doing some low back stuff. And I always pick effective over dignified every single day. If you've been to class, you know this. And we'll take hands by the sides of the chest. Press yourself up and back, child's pose. Take a nice break. If you were thinking about an intention or had a mantra or had a dedication for your class today, bring it on in. Any time that it just kind of pops back in, allow it to be there. That's a great thing to do. It's really challenging to do when you're in the middle of the sequences. But again, any time that it just kind of creeps its way back in, embrace it, love it. You don't need to force it to happen. Just keep bringing yourself to your body, to your breath, to your mindset, whatever that is today, and it'll be there. No judgment, no expectations. On your next inhale, let's come up to hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, walk the feet to right behind your hands, standing fold. Inhale, arms up, or inhale, lengthen and strengthen hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping arms up out to the side, up overhead. And exhale, hands down through the heart. Give yourself a nice little shimmy shake. All right, so while we're up here, let's take a little bit of a balanced posture. So today, we're going to do Vrikshasana, tree pose. Keep it relatively simple, but then just add a little bit of movement. Again, all of this is optional. If you feel comfortable doing your tree pose, just kind of want to hang out there, you absolutely can. If you want to try this little bit of movement with me, again, your choice. All right, so we're going to find our nice, comfortable standing posture. Tadasana, mountain pose. Connect with the floor, connect the crown towards the ceiling. Feeling nice and tall and long, active through the core. Let's start on the right foot. Now we're going to come up onto the left toes. Take that left knee, turn it out to the side so we're opening through the hip. You can either keep the heel towards the ankle and the toes on the floor, finding this a nice steady variation of tree pose, great place to be. Or if you want to add a little bit of challenge, you might take that foot, bring it up to the calf. Again, applying just a very small amount of light pressure. Hands together at the heart, draw them all the way into the sternum, into the breastbone. Or if you're feeling a little bit more challenged today, you can draw the foot up towards the inner thigh. Again, just that very light amount of pressure to help you maintain that midline of the body. Find a nice steady gaze point, a space out in front of you that's not moving. It's not a person, it's not a pet, it's something completely immobile. It doesn't even have to really be anything at all, just a spot on the wall, a spot on the floor to make a visual connection with. It helps calm the mind and take your focus off the struggle to balance, which when we kick our brain out of balance postures, it becomes a lot easier to balance because you can't really think your way into a balance pose. The body either does it or it doesn't. Like the brain can actually mess things up pretty often. So that's why focusing on a gaze point and the breath keeps that brain just busy enough to give that body a chance of making it. Very nice. So if you're with me through this lovely balance, on your next inhale, you're going to reach the arms over the head. And then exhale, open the arms nice and wide. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, drop the left arm down to the left. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, little bend over to the left. Inhale, back up overhead, arms up, nice and tall. Exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, lift them back up. And then exhale, release them to the heart. Ooh, so fun, right? All right, now we're gonna take our exit. So if you haven't fallen out of the posture, you want to take that knee in. We plan our exits just as much as we plan our entrances to our postures. And then release the foot down. Give yourself a good shimmy shake. We'll see what happens on the other side now, huh? We never know. The two sides of the body are different. So give yourself some grace. Again, no expectations, no judgments. We're just doing some stuff, all right? Okay, so ground down through that lovely. That's your left leg. Come up onto those right toes. Send that right knee out. Take the heel either towards the ankle and you're up on the toes, or you can bring it up towards the calf, or you can bring it a little bit up a little higher to the inner thigh. The one area that we just want to kind of stay off of is this part of the inside of the knee. So if we apply pressure to this side of the knee, guess what? Knees don't like to move in that direction. If you've ever had a knee injury, you probably know. All right, knees like to move in this direction, so we try to keep our knee joints working properly. And hands come into the heart. Find your gaze point, tall through the crown, strong through the core. Find that place where you can bring the mind, you can bring the focus of the breath, and just allow yourself to be there. And if you want to draw the arms up overhead, you can do that as well. And then just allow yourself to kind of feel the balance, keeping the gaze point. And then we'll get into our dynamic movement. Good. So arms are up overhead. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms out to the side, nice and big. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, drop that right arm down to the right. Inhale, lift the left arm up a little higher. Exhale, take a little bend over to the right. Bending tree. Inhale, arms back up overhead. We just do that one. Exhale, open the arms up, nice and big. Inhale, reach the arms up. Then exhale, hands down through the heart. Here we plan our exit. Inhale, take the knee, right knee forward. And then exhale, send that foot down. Shake, 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 shake. Woo! I don't know how that went for you. Again, it doesn't matter. We just kind of do stuff. We try stuff and see what happens, and then we let it go. Because the next time you do a tree pose, it'll be completely different. Brand new body, brand new breath, brand new brain. For the most part. Inhale, sweeping arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, just enjoying the movement nice and slow. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift the right leg up into the air, three-legged dog, nice big stretch. Again, let it feel good. Exhale, bring the right leg up and underneath the body, coming into pigeon pose, Kapotasana. So we have heel close to the hip, shins at a diagonal across the body. As we fold forward, this lovely knee is going to be kind of near the underarm. Again, this is a nice opportunity to start using some some props. So we can pull in maybe that couch cushion, lay it out right in front of us, and use it for some support. And we're going to be here in this posture for about 2 minutes. You can use whatever you got. If you happen to have a blanket, and you want to place it underneath the seat. It can create just enough support to kind of keep the pinch out of the hip. You have to find what works for you. And if you're thinking to yourself, none of this works for me, I don't like this posture, it doesn't feel good for my hip, it doesn't feel good for my knee. Again, we always have the option of doing reclined pigeon where we lay on our backs, we take the right ankle to the outside of that left knee, interlace fingers and go ahead and pull the fingers behind the thigh or in front of the shin, coming into reclined pigeon. Takes all the pressure off the knee, still a really nice deep stretch through the hip. So find what works for you. We have about 1 more minute here. So as the stretch deepens, just allow yourself to relax a little bit more. If at any time you need to come out of the posture or readjust yourself, please feel free. No gold stars for bravery. This is not a no guts, no glory type situation. Can we find what works and we leave the rest? Because I trust that everyone wants to have an effective, appropriately challenging practice. But there's no need to push. There's no need to make it unpleasant or painful. There's no bonus points for suffering. Wonderful. On your next inhale, gently come up. And exhale, tuck the back toe under, step back to downward facing dog, pedal the feet. And if you're reclined on your back and you just want to switch to the other side, you can do that as well. No need to come back through downward facing dog unless you want to. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog, big stretch. Exhale, left foot up between your left foot leg up and underneath the body. Forgot what I was doing there for a second. And come into pigeon on the other side. Again, always give yourself time to kind of get into your posture. We plan the exits and entrances. So hip's going to be near the heel. Shins at a diagonal across the body. Knee's going to be kind of near that underarm. Elbows nice and wide. Maybe we rest the forehead on the hands or on our block or books or whatever we have, a cushion. We just want this posture to feel really nice and long. And again, the two sides of the body are going to feel different, so don't be surprised if righty and lefty speak a little bit of a different language. That's okay. But just find what works. And if your knee and hips are fine with this posture, and if you want to begin to deepen it a little bit, you can draw this lower part of the leg a little bit closer to parallel with the top of the mat. Now again, this does not have to happen. It does not add any value. It just creates a different sensation in the body, and then this process is still the same. You forward fold, but just be really mindful of knees and hips, remembering it doesn't have to happen. If it's super unpleasant, guess what? Don't do it, because you're not going to like that posture anymore if you practice it to a point of basically just kind of eking it out, which is definitely not what yoga's about. Just do it a little bit longer. And if the posture is a little bit too much, you prefer to be up on your elbows like I am right now, this is a really nice place to be as well. Again, we don't always have to be into the deepest variation that we can possibly move into. Every single posture. We do what feels right, do what feels like you would want to keep doing it and keep doing it. Not too much, not too little, just enough. On your next inhale, gently come on up. Exhale, tuck the back toe under, step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Very nice. Inhale, inhale, move forward to plank. Exhale, slowly lower down onto the belly. You can keep the knees up or lower them down. Then we'll come up onto our elbows, coming into Sphinx pose. So our elbows are right underneath those shoulders. Spread the fingers out nice and wide. We're just kind of propped up on these lovely long arm bones called the humerus. The humeri, if we're going plural, I guess. All right. Tall through the crown of the head. This helps strengthen the back of the neck. we spend the majority of our day with kind of the head down and forward. So any opportunity that we have to really bring the neck up and then back, it's a nice opportunity. It's a great thing for the back of the neck. You might find that you can only pull the neck up this high and that it kind of feels like a strain for the back of the neck. That's okay. That is literally the back of your neck learning to stretch and to strengthen at the same time. Most other stretches for the back of the neck aren't terribly comfortable because you kind of have to be in an odd position. And if you are interested in how to stretch the back of the neck, just go ahead and send in an email or make a comment, and I'll include those stretches in one of the next videos. Very nice. If you're feeling really, really good here in this stretch, again, we're holding them for a couple minutes, practicing a little bit more of a yin style, which we do longer holds in our deep stretching posture so that the body actually can register that something different is taking place. You have to spend time there for the body to begin to adapt. Spend a couple breaths in a stretch, the body doesn't register, and it certainly doesn't adapt very much. So if you're feeling really good here, creep the fingertips forward, maybe work to straighten the arms, paying a bit of attention to the low back. Keep it feeling spacious. If you feel pressure and compression and pinching, come right back down. It's not worth it. If you're feeling really, really good here, take the toes towards the back of the head, lift the crown a little bit more. Again, length and space. If you notice your knees or your low back are now not big fans of this posture, again, come right back down. I'm just offering variations. You don't have to take them. And on your next exhale, let's all come down. And then sway the hips. Again, effective over dignified. It just feels good. Lovely. All right, next stretch. We're going to roll over onto our backs. And pull the knees into the chest. And give yourself a really nice good squeeze. Maybe even taking the forehead up towards the knees. Hugging yourself into a tight little ball. And we'll release down. We're going to take the right leg up. Again, we're going to interlace fingers behind that calf or behind the thigh, whatever's available. Just letting those hamstrings know that we're coming for them a little bit here. Very nice. Extend that left leg down. Now we're going to take the hands up towards the ankle or up towards the foot, kind of wherever you feel comfortable. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the head up and draw the nose up towards the knee. Bring it as close as can be. Again, it may not touch. That's okay. And then exhale, release the head back down, lengthen the arms. Inhale, lift nose to knee as close as can be. And then exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift nose to knee or as close as can be, kind of pulling the leg in. And then exhale, release back down. Take your left hand down to your left hip. Let's open up that right leg over to the right. And again, here, if the leg doesn't want to stay extended, you can just pull the knee in as well and hinge that hip open. Keep that bottom left foot flexed and then take your gaze over the left shoulder. If you want to take that left arm out to the left, you can do that too. On your next inhale, let's pull that right leg up and in. Exhale fully. Inhale again, nose to knee as close as can be. And then exhale, release the right sole of the foot back down to the floor. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Interlace fingers behind the calf or the thigh. Again, just letting the hamstrings know that we're coming for them a little bit. Just being like, hey, wake up. We're about to do some stuff. All right, on your next inhale, nose to knee or as close as can be. We're kind of reaching up towards the calf, towards the ankle.
And then exhale back down. Inhale, lift nose to knee as close as can be. And exhale back down. Again, so we have that nice gentle pull of the leg in. Inhale, nose to knee or as close as can be as we pull the nose and the knee closer together. And then exhale back down. Lovely. Send that right foot down. So the right leg is now extended. Bottom foot is flexed. Right hand goes to the right hip. We're going to take that left leg, open it up over to the left. And we want to stay nice and grounded through that right hip. This is Supta Hasta Padangustasana, extended, reclined, extended hand to foot pose. And again, we can either have that leg extended or just draw the knee in and have the hand at the knee. As long as this area in the hips is just kind of opening up, that's what we're kind of looking for. And again, check in with that bottom foot. Make sure that the toes are facing up, that the kneecap is facing up. It kind of likes to flop open to the side and relax. So we want to keep like we're standing on this leg. So keep it nice and active. Now on your next inhale, let's lift that left leg back up overhead. Whee! And then nose to knee as close as can be. Inhale. And exhale, release it back down. Soles of the feet onto the floor. On your next inhale, let's lift up into bridge pose again. Arms alongside the body, palms facing down, hips come up. Soles of the feet are on the floor, ankles underneath the knees are hip distance apart. We're just going to hold here for 5 nice deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. If you want to do a supported bridge, maybe you have your block, place it underneath the hips. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, release your hips back down. Pull your knees into your chest. And rock a little side to side. All right. So for our final posture today, we're just going to come into our final relaxation pose. But I want to give you some options because I'm encouraging you to go, a little bit of hunting for props around your house. Again, cushions, pillows, whatever you have to make your practice more comfortable. So I want to start including a few more restorative postures. So again, we have the support, we have everything that we need. And you can get pretty creative with your stacking. So we're going to do a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. So Supta Baddha Konasana, you take the soles of the feet together, the knees are wide. We take the seat kind of up to the pillows, but give yourself a little bit of space, just so the low back doesn't feel like it's kind of fighting with the pillow. And then you're going to recline yourself back. Trust me, super, super comfy. So find the things around your home that might work and then try them all out. We want to make sure that it's not too much, again, not too little, but just enough. You want your arm to be able to kind of drop down to the side so that the shoulder and chest can open. If the couch cushion is too big and it kind of digs into the arm and your arm is just kind of out there in space, we want to find something a little bit softer and a little bit smaller. So find what works, and if you're like, no, I don't really have anything, again, don't worry about it. This is a posture that doesn't need to have anything underneath you at all. It feels pretty awesome. I'm going to let you know. It's one of my favorites. But you can always just take your little towel or blanket behind you, and you can hang out in a traditional Supta Baddha Konasana. If you happen to have towels, or blankets, you can also, you would want something maybe a little bit, there we go, I'll take it this way. But you would take it and lay it out into a nice big rectangle, and then you roll it. Now this one's a little bit thin, but if you happen to have a thicker one, that would be a much better example. This is just a seated meditation blanket. But you would roll it up, take it behind you, and then you can lay back on that, and it gives you that nice same sensation. Again, a little bit bigger than that is always nice, but you kind of get the general idea. But you just want to be able to open up so that the arms can come down and rest, and it gives you a nice little extra back bend, an extra opening through the heart and the front of the body. You still want the back of the neck to be nice and long. If the chin feels like it's poking up, find a little something, place it underneath the back of the head, and lengthen the back of the neck. Chin shouldn't be on the chest, but it also shouldn't be pointing up towards the ceiling. So see if you can lengthen that back of the neck. And we'll remain here for a few more moments. If your hips are starting to get a little chatty, just go ahead and you can straighten out the legs. You can be here too, with any use of props that you have. And I think the pillows are working pretty well. But again, just return to that space where you can just let go of all the stuff that doesn't need to be here. Where you can connect with your body and with your breath. Where you can really embrace you as you are in this moment. With all the circumstances, all the little fun tricks and uniqueness about you, about your situation, about the world. And you can just accept it. You can practice radical self-acceptance. And remember that today is a good day because it's a day that you are able to practice yoga, even though it might not be exactly where you would like to practice or how you would like to practice. But every day when we wake up and there is a breath in our body, that is a very wonderful, fortunate day. And there's a very good reason to be grateful. So you can remain here as long as you would like. I'd probably remain there for a real long time. But I will end with you here. I would like to say thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your practice. I am so very grateful for the opportunity to teach and be taught. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be peaceful, happy, and free. May the thoughts, words, and actions of our own lives contribute to the happiness and the health and the freedom for all beings without exception. The light within me honors the light that shines so brightly within each of you. Namaste. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.